Alrighty guys, what's up? Today's video we're talking all about the first date, and genuinely the best tip is at the end. So I'm over here in public, real quick, get out of my head, I'm gonna do a quick interview. Can I ask you a quick question for my video?
Yeah,
It's all about dating. So it's all about, in today's topic.
Oh my.
I know, dating. It's the first date is today's topic.
I'm sure.
Cool, alright, so what is a big red flag on the first date?
Cussing is a big red flag for me, especially like on the first date. And like trashing his ex and saying that she was like crazy or awful or...
There's a saying I like that reminds me of what Sam says about Sally says more about Sam than I think I butchered that. But you get the point.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you have Instagram, by the way?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. How old are you, Anna?
23.
23, okay, perfect today. So that was a good start to the video. I noticed that when I'm in public settings like that, the fastest way to get out of my head is to just interview someone real quick. Otherwise, I think a little bit too much. Well, as soon as I interview somebody, it gets me out of my head. Anyways, that's a topic for another video. I just created a course all about dating, and in the course, I talk about everything from texting, setting up the date, the actual date, the approach. That is the full detailed process, but here we're just getting a quick summary of one of the lessons. Okay, so first I want to give you context about what this date is before I give you the tips on it. And this is a date where you're just trying to get to know the person. You barely know them. You know, you want to see if they're a real person. They want to see that you're a real person. It's like a very casual grab coffee date. Like 15 minutes, we're just going to chat. 30 minutes, we're just going to chat. We're going to get to know each other. Tip number one, all right, how should you act? First off, obviously the cliche thing is you have to be yourself, right? And no one can teach you that. No one can teach you personality, but you can improve. And the one thing I want to say on this is the more you approach, the more you talk to people, the more you get less in your head, the more out of your head you get, the more yourself you're going to be, and the more witty you'll be, the more charismatic you'll be, the more you hang around charismatic people, the better you'll be at being yourself. You want to try to be the most confident version of yourself always, but the more you expose yourself to social situations and the more you approach and just practice and try things, the better you'll be. What I noticed, another last thing I'll give, and I talk detailed on this in the course, is when you live in an environment where you fit in more. For example, I'm in Arkansas right now. When I was in Europe, I felt like I was 20 times more charismatic, because people in Europe are a little bit more intelligent. I noticed that in America, Arkansas specifically, I feel like my conversations are just a little bit more dumbed down, and I don't feel as charismatic here compared to when I'm in a place like Bali. What I'm saying is you gotta find your tribe, and you're gonna fit in better in certain places. So that's just something to keep in mind. Shit tests, all right. Okay, so first off, if you don't know what a shit test is, it's essentially when a girl says something to see if you're gonna become emotionally reactive. For example, I'll give you a quick example. I'm making this up on the top of my head, so this is a bad example, I'm sorry. Oh, you're only 5'10". I like guys who are 6 foot, sorry. You know, let's say they say that, and they just met you, you're at the coffee date, and they're kind of like, they're throwing some shit at you, you know, they're teasing you a bit. Now, here's how you could react. What? 5'10's not short. That's like the average height of a guy is like 5'9". I'm 5'10", so technically I'm above average. Now you're trying to self-qualify yourself. Self-qualifying is basically where you're trying to prove yourself logically. Girls don't like that. No one really likes that. It's very unattractive. Or let's say you say, damn, why would you guys say that? That's rude. I'm 5'10". I mean, I didn't get to choose what my height was. Now you're emotionally reactive. Your mood shifted. You're not grounded. Basically, a shit test, when a girl gives you one, it's essentially to see how grounded you are. Because the key is, the real thing is, if you don't care, they don't care. So that's the main key you want to keep in mind there. And that's how you pass a shit test. You just don't show emotions. You just don't really care. Eventually, just brush it off. Just don't care. Intrigue. This is a big one. The biggest tip is tip number 5, but this is a big one. Intrigue. Here's the key. Don't overshare on the first date. In general, it's always good to have intrigue about your life, even with the people close to you. Basically, you want to frame your life in a way that's a bit more mysterious, vague, cool. Here's why. Now, I'm not saying be fake. Let's say you're door dashing. I actually had a client, someone I'm coaching, and he's door dashing, and he's like, I'm like, dude, that's a perfect time you can approach. You see a cute girl at the restaurant, say hi. But he's like, but I'm door dashing. What if she asks what I'm doing? I'm like, dude, you don't have to tell her you're door dashing. Just be like, oh, I'm running errands right now, doing business things. I'm helping out, picking up food for people. You know, and obviously she might know you're door dashing. The point is, you don't have to give your life story. Now that is just one example of reframing. You don't have to share your life story. As a matter of fact, they don't want you to share your life story. People rather talk about themselves more than they want to hear you talk. Now, that doesn't mean don't talk at all. You still want to share. You still want to give back. You still want to tell a little bit about yourself, but you want them to more so be curious about who you are, and you kind of keep it vague and mysterious. Now, girls will test you on this, and they will ask a whole shitload of questions. What do you do? Oh, like, they want specifics. They want to know everything. Don't fall into that trap of sharing everything. I fell into that. I'll go on a date. It'll be the first date, and I'll sit there talking about my life, my plan, my goals, everything for 2 hours. And by the end of it, I'm telling you, the attraction is absolutely destroyed, because now that I've literally told them everything. It's just, there's nothing mysterious about me. And I used to think being an open book was good, but I'm starting to realize, and this is the main key here, you really don't have to share everything with everybody. And not everybody deserves to hear everything. What I mean by that is, if I have a plan or a life goal or something I think is very cool, I'm gonna share it with the friends that also think it's cool. For example, I'm traveling to Brazil soon. I'm not gonna just tell anybody, like, oh, I'm traveling to Brazil soon, because they might not think it's cool, and they might not give me the energy that I deserve for something that cool. But if I'm talking to my friend who I know loves to travel, who I know is gonna appreciate it, who I know is gonna think that's cool, I'm gonna be like, dude, I'm traveling to Brazil soon. Essentially, I'm very selective with who I share everything with. Now, obviously, as a relationship grows, you tell them more and more, but you don't give that privilege to somebody you just met on the first date. So it's sort of like having a boundary with yourself. Also, it is, okay, and then here's the main thing. What you say will never be more interesting than what a girl will make up in her head. For example, it's just a random example, making this shit up. All right, so right now I'm managing my brother's restaurant. It's pretty fucking boring and simple and basic. There's really nothing interesting about it. If I say, okay, well, what do you do? Oh, I manage my brother's restaurant. It's a hibachi restaurant in Fayetteville. It's like fast food hibachi. I really don't do much. I just kind of sit around and watch them and do payroll and make sure, from time to time I have to go to Walmart and get the avocados, blah, 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 blah. That's fucking boring. Here's what I would say instead. What do you do? I have some business stuff. I work with my brother. Yeah, my brother has a bunch of businesses. I'm helping him out. That's why I'm here in Arkansas. Oh, what does he do? He owns a restaurant. He does a little bit of Amazon. He does a lot of online stuff. I'm basically his his right-hand man. I take care of business while he's gone. Oh, okay, what does that mean? I take care of business. It's just a lot of things. Like what? It's a lot of things. I don't want to talk about it. It's a lot. It's boring. We don't have to talk about it. What do I do? What do I take care? I don't, like, there's so much more mystery to that, And it's so much cooler, and it's so much more fun to say it like that. Why should I have to tell you everything I do? You want my to-do list? You gonna help me? Part of it is having a boundary, but another part of it is just like, it's more fun to do it like that. It's more mysterious, and that's a good thing.
Okay, a snap score over 1 million.
Wait, is that a thing? Can you have over 1 million snap score?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm not on Snap. Maybe I should get on Snap.
Probably should. If it's over 1 million, that's probably a red flag.
That is a red flag. That boy's a player.
Yep,
You're talking to too many girls. That's not okay.
Yep.
You don't want a guy that's a player?
No. Not at all. No.
But what if he's talking to nobody, he has no girls at all? Is that a red flag or is that okay?
I think it's a green flag.
That's a green flag?
Yeah.
Really?
They talk to me and then they don't talk to any other girls. It's a green flag.
And ideally, I'm just guessing, you probably want a guy who's just got a lot going on in his life. He's purpose-driven, he's doing a lot of things. He's not just wasting his time talking to 20, 30 girls, because that is a waste of time, actually. Snap score of over 1 million. Yeah, wait, by the way, do you have Instagram?
I do.
Can I get your IG?
Oh, sure.
Okay, what's your IG? You can just tell it to the camera. Snap score of over 1 million. Guys, you got to create 2 Snapchats. Number 4, basic conversation. I'm going to do a little role playing here. All right. Damn, so, you work or study? Oh, I'm in school. Oh, cool. What are you studying? I study economics. Ah, so you like money then? Cool. Good to know. Okay. It's kind of cheesy there that I'm acting on camera, but that's okay. Okay, so essentially, after any response, you want to add a little bit of feedback to it. You don't want to always just ask questions, because then it feels and looks and kind of is an interview. You don't want to get into that frame because that's not fun. And it's kind of a crutch, if you can't talk and free flow, It's more because you don't know what to say, so you're using asking questions as a crutch, and it's not giving value to the person that you're talking to. So ask a question, throw a little feedback on there after, or throw something witty or funny, or tell a story. You want to talk and you want to ask questions. It has to be a flow of questions, feedback, and lastly, again, it's the first date. Keep it surface level. There's no need to go super deep and complex. Howdy. So that is number 4, and then we're about to get into number 5, which is the most important part. I swear, you get all this wrong, you get number 5 right, you might be good. Man, so it's about dating. I'm talking about red flags in dating.
Okay.
What's a red flag? Girl, you getting coffee, you barely know her, she does that one thing, and you're like, maybe we should end this date a little early.
I would say probably just being on her phone the whole time.
Oof.
Yeah,
that's definitely a red
I've
flag.
been through that before, so yeah.
You gotta set a boundary there. Be like, yo,
Definitely.
you're not gonna talk to me. Just go home.
Yeah, man.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, number 5, and this is the most important one. Like I said, don't overstay. I've made this mistake plenty of times, and I've tested this. It does work better when you don't overstay, because the purpose is to build intrigue, see you're a real person, get to know them, to vet them, for them to vet you, and not waste time. I am very, 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 very goal driven. I don't like to waste time. Progression and getting your ROI. What's your return on investment? Could you even sit and have coffee with your best friend for more than 30 minutes? I mean, sometimes you can, but that's your best freaking friend. And most of the times you're too busy to do that. Why would you sit with a random girl for more than 30 minutes? After a while, the conversation starts to go downhill. There's no way, unless you guys were just soulmates and you have this rare chemistry, which happens once in a blue moon, more than likely, the conversation is going to go stale around 25, 30 minutes. And you want to man up, get the courage to just say, hey, I have something I got to do. This has been amazing. We should hang out again. Thanks for coming to this coffee with me. It's been lovely. End it on a high note. Get them thinking like, whoa, okay, that was fun. You know, they had a cool experience, you had a cool experience. Maybe you drive around afterwards, or you walk around, you do something small, but go about your day and go about your business. Because you're not getting anything out of this, you know, it's just the first date. The last thing you could do to a girl is bore her. You don't want to make it boring. End it on a high note.
Just try to kiss right away on the first date.
That is a red flag.
It's a red flag.
With doing it too fast, and you're kind of like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it should feel natural.
Exactly. And like, it's like my first time meeting on you one-on-one.
That speaks so many, that does say a lot. And I think a lot of guys have tried that and failed. I think any guy who's tried dating has actually done that, because I've definitely done that, and it's never ended well. And you learn from that. That's a good red flag. That's good.
Yeah.
That's true. All right, take notes. Take notes, guys. Nico, nice to meet you. Alrighty, guys. So that actually concludes today's video. We got all 5 points done, and we actually got some really good feedback from just the people on this campus. We got some smart kids here. I mean, Fayetteville has some good-looking guys. It has some good-looking girls. It's a good, healthy, vibrant campus, Fayetteville, Arkansas. I'm impressed with it. I wish I would have came here when I was younger. It would have been a lot of fun. I will say that right now. Guys, thank you so much. You guys have been wonderful. Check out the course. I put my heart and soul into it. Thank you so much for tuning in.